I like the shirt, man.
Oh yeah, thank you. Got my
Is that shirt from you better call Saul?
or Breaking Bad. This was before You Better
Breaking
Call
Bad, right?
Saul.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's right. That's right. Breaking Bad. That's
This
right.
is an old shirt.
What is that sound?
Yeah. All right.
Hello, welcome.
What's happening?
Hey everybody. Hey Anthony, are you live streaming this by any chance?
I'm doing it on my channel. No Futuristic is doing it on the GMI channels.
Oh, sick. Okay, awesome. Sup y'all? Welcome tonight. We got the pleasure of Fallen Corpse, who is a YGG lead game GA lead ambassador, joining us today for a live parcel opening for the YGG parcel. So we'll be joining them not only in this call but live in the Gotchiverse. So I'm going to right now. I believe you guys are in District 1, right? East side?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out with an 8 here. It's going
Oh,
nice.
yeah. No worries. If you hit F3, it should give you the degrees, latitude, and longitude coordinates.
Oh yeah.
Nate just grabbed that for me.
Nice.
If possible, Fallen Corpse, can you put the volume on your microphone up? You're considerably lower than everybody else's volume, at least on my end.
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, that's good.
Much better.
Yeah, the microphone was a little bit far away. That's why.
Yeah, happy to have you guys here with us. We got I think we have some YGG members in here. I see. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to your first call with GMI. So we have these every Friday night with the Gotchi gang, and you're always welcome to come hang out with us. But this is our first hangout here. So if you want to just hang out and observe for this whole hangout, that's okay. But feel free to share. Introduce yourselves if you'd like. And we'll be hanging out on the YGG parcel there, so you can come hang out in the Gotchiverse and interact with the chat bubbles if you'd like as well.
Once we get those coordinates, let me know so I can pop over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the visual, which stream or is anybody going to be screen sharing the actual channeling? I mean, the
survey.
VRF role?
Yeah. Sure. I think. Well, Nate is in here. You'll be doing the actual opening, right, Nate? You'll be the one who actually does the transaction and engages the VRF, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. So if at that time, if you are able to share your screen with us, so we can, observe with you when we see that moment, that would be awesome.
Sure, guys.
Right on. As soon as you guys know the coordinates for YGG's for your guys' parcel, just let us know and we'll have the Gachi gang head over.
Yeah, I sent it. Sorry.
I was just saying Mob Deep. You go ahead.
Yeah, no, I sent it over to you, Hefe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Drop it in the Sound of the Ghost chat here, Hefe.
okay.
Thank you.
It's an image there. Anyway, 14.9 degrees south and 2 degrees east.
I honestly cannot believe you guys like mapping on coordinates, and I want to map. Someone show it to me.
100% agree.
Oh, I'm good with coordinates, man. I'm on my way.
So what district is that in?
I think this is the southeast side of District 1, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Here I come.
Welcome, y'all. Just see some new people join the room. Shout out to FaZe. We got Gotchi Emperor. Got Gerline. Familiar faces. Choina. Esmeralda. Welcome.
Me and Z-Fi never
this
left.
I noticed that. I was gonna force remove, and I was like, they actually probably made me be there. We're at 23 out of 25 right now for Sound of the Ghost, and so 24 out of 25 now. So I guess this is a good opportunity for us to try to increase that room limit if we need to. Y'all keep saying that it's possible. I'm unsure still.
Sorry, what's that? Is there a room limit? I was never aware of that.
25 out of 25 right now on the stream. I don't know if more humans can still keep coming into the room itself, but only 25 can see the stream. But right now, I definitely see the 25 of 25 filled on the Sound of the Ghost header bar.
Okay, interesting.
That doesn't.
It's now 50.
Okay, I was about to say that doesn't seem right because I thought we could set it to unlimited. Oh, we did that for the Art Summit room, but we didn't do it for here.
I just bumped it up.
Okay.
But streaming does also cut infinity down to something besides infinity.
My scale bar goes to 99 at the moment.
Okay,
Nice.
There you go.
That's more like it.
So first
so
person
you-
can get like a screenshot of the mini map of where this is at. That would be helpful for me. I don't even know how to
Okay.
use coordinates. Or I could learn how to use coordinates. That was a great
Yeah,
thing.
No,
I was
no.
going to suggest
Easy.
Hefe.
No.
Just show the rest of our community here how to get to it too, and hopefully a few of them can join.
Visual flight rules. I want to see where I'm going.
2 degrees east, 14 degrees south.
How
We'll
do I see
get
my
there.
own coordinates? What button is that?
It must be right
F3.
to the inside road of the bottom right district of one.
F3, and you'll see your current location via coordinates once you're in the Gotchiverse.
That's
I'm
what I
on my
needed.
way,
Thank
but
you.
I gotta go around the wall.
You guys should check out this video Roxiano put out recently. It was pretty great. A lot of details she covered with recent proposals in the DAO.
She's on it, man. She's got great coverage videos.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work she's putting in. F3 doesn't work on a
It's
Mac.
function F3 on a Mac. You gotta hold
Ah.
function F3, yep.
Those Mac tricks. So I'll ask Fallen, I guess. What are you guys thinking in terms of you know, we got this huge partner parcel. Have there been any plans in the works for what potentially could happen on this parcel? Are you guys still waiting for like more features to be released? Is there any specific feature you're kind of looking forward to? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I'll take the reins here. So in general, we've always been pretty adamant on letting the community really decide on what they want to do. That's why it was so great to have you kind of come on board as not only a game ambassador for Gotchi, but also on our side for YGG, because you know, who better to have than somebody like yourself who's really ingrained with, you know, the Aavegotchi community, who can kind of give us ideas on what the Aavegotchi community would like to see on these partner parcels. we've always been very forward thinking here as YGG to allow the community to really decide instead of just having complete control and saying this is what we're gonna do. And that's why I was so open to hearing your ideas and what you think would be some really cool ideas for us to do on these parcels. Besides, obviously, getting the Alchemia. And that's why, again, we set up kind of this first event, right? We haven't even cracked open the parcel, so why not, involve all the communities here? Like again, like we were talking about, I don't think any other partner parcels have been live cracked, right?
That's right. This is the first one ever.
Yeah, so that's it. We're doing it right here on GMI, and clearly there's a bunch of YGG people in here, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to kind of meld these communities and get them more involved with each other. So yeah, no big ideas on exactly what we're going to do with the partner parcel, but like I said, we're open to feedback, not only from our community but from your community as well, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I'll just reiterate, this does feel like a historic event because, you guys have had such a huge impact on other play-to-earn ecosystems as they've been emerging. And we haven't seen that just yet with Aavegotchi, just because we're still building what the full first iteration of the game will be. But once that's built out and the features are all there and, the onboarding begins and the scaling begins, really looking forward to seeing the player base you bring in from YGG currently, because you guys have experienced play to earn gamers who have a pretty good grasp of these sorts of style of games, MMORPGs, building, and I'm sure you have your own set of talents within that. You have your artists and you have your content creators, and really looking forward to meeting those people as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like really, really hoping that Aavegotchi continues innovating with these tools. Unfortunately, we've kind of closed out our scholarship or whatnot there, as there's just not, unfortunately, too much for our scholars to do other than harvest and channel on a daily basis. But just through talking with you, it sounds like Aavegotchi's got quite a lot in the pipeline. So really excited to see more of that roll out so that we can start really bringing in more and more players. I think on our wait list there originally we had 500 to 1,000 people on the wait list just looking to rent a gotchi. The problem with that is a lot of them thought there was like a lot more to do other than channeling. And then again, obviously the tools for renting itself have been a little bit finicky and they're not as robust as we'd like them to be. Delegation, you can imagine, for 500 people with the current tool set is not the easiest to do. So as they integrate more whitelists or specific things, tools like that, it will definitely make it easier for us to be able to delegate and get more people involved.
Just very quickly, I'll say I'll reach out to you later. Orium Guild's doing some stuff in terms of delegation that might be very interesting to you, Yield Guild setup. So I'll send you a message. This is no futuristic.
Yeah, for sure. Always open. Again, with working with many different guilds and communities within Aavegotchi or any game we're technically involved with. My whole philosophy is community first here at YGG. I think this lines up perfectly with pretty much most of the people within Web3. We're not fighting over, resources or anything. Obviously, friendly competition's great, but there isn't this kind of, I have to crush, other guilds or anything like that, right? Like we can all work harmoniously, which at the end of the day, the vision is, to get Aavegotchi to a position where it's an exciting Web3 game where lots of people want to come and enjoy.
Yeah, totally hear you on that. The community vibe is very strong here in Aavegotchi, and I know you guys have a very strong community within YGG, and so it's gonna be a perfect mix. I think once we start collaboration is gonna be a big part of the Gotchiverse, because something we don't talk about very often is in the Gotchiverse, the Aavegotchis are peaceful in their home of the Citadel where they are right now, where these land parcels are. But every now and then, we're going to come under attack from another type of character called the Liquidator. and they are another type of player. They'll be most likely free to play, and we'll have to fight them to defend the Gotchiverse. And so, if we're not coordinating, appropriately, or if we're not collaborating or communicating with each other, we'll probably lose that battle. So we want to make sure that we're building those connections now. We're making allies right now, because we'll need those people later when the time comes.
I'm just making my way to this partner parcel myself.
And the chat bubbles are really nice, so we can all communicate in the verse as well. Oh, whoa, this is, there must be a little bit of a bug or something. My Gotchi has somehow turned into OXZ5's Gotchi.
Dude, he just dropped a picture in the chat. I'm him. You can see Zombagotchi.
Now
It's his
3.
Gotchi.
There's 3 of us now.
Whoa. What are we doing,
This
guys?
is like some kind of a bug. It's
Or
interesting.
maybe you were all the same. You were all just became one, united, and you never even realized it.
Or
beautiful.
maybe the YGG partner parcel be known for like spooky things happening like this.
This is very spooky.
This has never happened before. But for you, those of you,
Or like, were you your character on the way there, or did it change when you get there?
no, it just changed just now when we're just hanging out together. Well, you all are welcome to join us. Right now, our coordinates are 14.9 degrees south and 2 degrees east. If you hit F3, if you have a PC or a Mac, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's Command.
Function.
There you go, Function F3. Yeah, if you hit that, you'll be able to come hang out on the YGG partner parcel. It looks pretty dope, actually. If you look at it, it has Yield Guild over the whole thing there, and you guys have plenty of real estate to do some cool designs. So, hopefully you can take some of the tiles. Deck out fall on you want to
Hey,
I don't know if some decorated.
is it just
definitely
me, or is
look-
Hefe Roboting pretty bad?
I was
Hefe's
just
robot is
gonna
really
say-
bad. I was like, did the edit
So we
all of a
should-
sudden, or what happened?
Okay, hang on.
Hefe, we knew you were a bot.
Okay, how is it now?
I mean,
Man, what's going on here? There's 5 pirate gotchis just hanging out in the verse.
we're multiplying. I mean, look, to me though, I'm still me.
You're
So-
still you? Did you come in with the pirate costume? Because we're all
No,
pirates now.
I'm a
somehow.
biker. Oh wait, Internet Phase is me
Yeah,
though in my
look
No,
feed.
you're not.
Yo, this
Yeah,
is
well,
trippy.
even Goobs too. We're all turning into pirates somehow.
No. Phase is a biker.
I'm
with
getting
me now.
cloned.
And I'm being cloned now. This is crazy.
Is
What
Coder
is
Dan
going
playing a
on?
trick on us? I think Coder Dan is playing a trick on us.
Yo, check this out. Me,
Can you
Goobs, and Phase are all bikers.
Oh, that's so funny because on my end I see me, Goobs, OXZ5, and yourself.
And now
We're all
Z-Fi's a
pirates.
biker.
And Mike Helm's a pirate as well. We're all pirates. I mean, people right now probably in the chat like, what the heck are these guys
What
talking
is
about?
This is the
going
most
on?
ridiculous shit.
They're pushing an update for tomorrow morning, and we're seeing it right now. They're like doing something, and we're like,
This is
what the
fun.
Hefe, Nate can't get back into the voice chat here.
We may need to kill our personal
Oh.
cameras. Let's kill the cameras because I think we're like screwing up the room.
Okay.
So there's a work. I'm reading doing some back end here. So there's a workaround to get past the room limit because we are capped at the 25 right now. But basically, you have to disable video presenter for on the
Yeah.
everyone role. So I bet Nate being fresh in here right now has no roles. So we just need to assign him GMI Street Team, and then he'll have the ability to present, and should be okay there.
Yeah, I think we're also capping the room number with our stream, so turning off our cameras will help the load.
Yeah, it's something we encountered too in YGG. Discord's not too friendly with bandwidth limits and everything.
Well, this is a y'all thing. We ain't never had this many dang friends in here at once. So a shout out to YGG Strength, man. These are good problems to have. Nate has the GMI Street Team role, so he should have the ability to get back in here now if he would like to try.
Just sent him a ping. I'll give him a sec.
Also, anybody who has a gotchi right now, if you are on our parcel, if you hold down N and move around, you'll be able to do a cool trick with your gotchi. I think they just pushed this update.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Nice. We're spinning now. We're spinning.
I see Nate's back in the server. Welcome back.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks.
Oh, look, FaZe is a pirate now.
Nate, are you on the parcel, buddy?
Yep. Do you want me to share my screen now?
Sure thing. What's your gotchi's name?
I think it's Starter's Dream.
Oh yeah, I see ya. I see you there. Okay, so we got Nate who's gonna do the Chainlink VRF call. This is the big moment here. We are all turning into random. I think we're all somehow turning into pirates or pajama gotchis. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe they're pushing an update, but let's
Everybody's
see,
bikers on my end. Oh, wait. Now I got a bow and arrow and a pajama suit.
Look at you.
I
So
think
we
it
got-
has something
we
to do with the spinning. I think we're Superman in our suits.
Yeah, maybe.
Every time I hit in, I change outfits.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's a special feature of the partner parcels, and the devs haven't even told us.
Yo, this
Yeah.
is straight trippy, y'all.
All right, so we got Nate here with the altar. Just so you all know, when you're serving a parcel, whether you buy a small parcel or a partner parcel, you have to do a Chainlink VRF call. So you see in the middle there, it should say survey, or on the right side there should say survey parcel, and that will
everybody
keep.
live like smoke screens but me. Crazy.
So yeah, you survey your parcel there, and you'll do a Chainlink VRF call. So you'll get a randomized number, and that randomized number will determine how much Alchemica is in our parcel here for YGG. So everybody watching in here, send your good vibes to Nate, and let's see what we get here. I think you might have to do 2 transactions, but I wish you good luck, and let's see the outcome. Let's roll the dice. Here we go. And so, do we have the base amounts? Let's pull up the base amounts as well, just so we know what we're comparing against.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
What in everybody's opinion would be like the god roll for RNG here
Ooh.
for parcels?
I don't know what the max is for a partner parcel, but I feel like anything over 1 million of FUD or FOMO would be a big win. Y'all have bets? Are we throwing down bets? Oh, what's the parcel number? Someone is asking. Number 487, I think. 487 farming, parcel farming. Okay, so for a partner parcel, you can get 452,000 FUD average, 226,000 FOMO average, 113,000 alpha average, and 45,000 KEK average. So let's see how we do here for round one. Every round, this gets replenished. So, if you don't do so well on the roll this time around, you will get other chances. We got a nice little turnout here. And you know what would be really cool if we channeled with this altar during the Saturday hangout tomorrow. You'll be able to pick up spillover on this parcel.
Yeah, with that being said, like Hefe, we can rent you out a specific gotchi from that wallet and give you certain perms, so that you're able to do that.
And then on Saturday morning, we can pop this open, with a gotchi and, channel on it. And then there'll be a ton of spillover that goes everywhere for people to pick up.
We'll be definitely building some reservoirs and upgrading this one pretty heavily. So yeah, definitely if we can turn out some events or whatever needs to be done there, totally up for it. Like I said, we're putting a lot of our trust in you, Hefe, there to come up with some ideas on what to do here with the rest of the GMI community.
Oh yeah, we'll cook up some stuff. OXZ5, what do you got there, buddy? Is that the roll that we just got, or is that the average amount? Average amount, okay. Or is that the roll?
Oh,
there's the roll. There it
that's
goes.
the roll.
Hey, rolls up.
Okay, let's compare it against what we have. So you're a little bit above average on the FUD. You're kind of pretty close to average on the FOMO. You're a little bit below on the alpha, and then you're kind of average on the KEK. So this is pretty good. Middle of the curve roll. You didn't get wrecked on anything, so I'd say this is a pretty great roll overall.
Or just very based roll.
It's a base roll for sure. Yeah, congratulations, fellas. This is cool. I'm glad you didn't get wrecked on anything. You got a little bit more FUD, so that's gonna be useful. And from here on outwards, I guess the next order of business would be to start pulling some of these resources out of the ground. So be looking at probably putting in some FUD harvesters and FOMO harvesters with some high level reservoirs. And maybe upgrade that altar up to a decent level 5 or 6, and I think that would be a good place to start. But curious to know what you guys think in here. Does anybody have any input on what would be the best way to approach this parcel now that we've rolled it?
Man, I think to this day, yeah, exactly. It's funny to me because there's still no established school of thought on any of this. Go ahead, future.
My only suggestion would be if you're going to do the alchemical Saturday, for the altar, maybe leave it on level 1 until you're ready to start building your farming setup, because your level 1 altar will give the most spillover to the people attending the party, which will make it the funnest. If you go up to level 5, you're going to be getting less spillover, so not as fun potentially.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I'll bring a high-level gotchi there, too, to boost it up.
And I think John, honestly, I think the John Gotchi strategy has been pretty sick for how he does his Saturday parties. And the way he's doing that is with high-level reservoirs that he is letting accumulate throughout the week. And then he's just popping that specifically on Saturday to get that gigantic redemption plus spillover. Even though it's a low spillover at the level, low spillover percentage at the level 9 reservoirs, the fact that he's letting it just stack and stack and stack, it's a real heavy rainfall on Saturday.
Oh, so the John Gotchi setup might be optimal then, because we're trying to, correct me if I'm wrong, Fallen, but we're trying to make this kind of a fun experience for scholars to show up and get their spillover and, compete for picking it up and stuff. I feel like that could very much be a really fun thing to do on Saturday. So maybe building up the Alchemica into larger reservoirs and popping that open on the weekend would be a strategy.
Yeah, I think we're not opposed to having like a mixed strategy here, especially for the beginning, where keep that altar low and let some of those the spillover be a little bit higher in the meantime. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I'll obviously have to talk with Nate and the rest of our finance team here and make sure that all lines up with what they
Of
want.
course I'll talk to
Obviously,
you. There's this. Okay. Give me your chemistry book, okay?
Why?
I'm gonna read it.
Now?
No.
No.
Did you get the chemistry book, or what happened? I guess I have a question for you guys. You have your parcel. I'm looking at it on screen. Lovely Yield Guild logo on it, right? We have an art competition currently happening. Do you see YGG trying to design some art on this rather large parcel and entering it into the competition for 10,000 ghosts? And if not, do you have plans to beautify the parcel, like beyond just the, I guess, more towards the aesthetics, like stuff like NFT displays eventually once those come out? Do you have any plans for stuff like that?
yeah. So in terms of the art competition, right now, I don't think we have any plans. Again, we're leaving it to the community on a lot of things here. So if a bunch of our community members, let's say, want to participate in that event and they wanted to use a parcel as a large canvas, we wouldn't be opposed to that. But going forward, like you said, in terms of beautifying it, I know we have a lot of those other tiles right now that you can craft and stuff. It would definitely be cool to beautify it. I know me and Hefe have also talked about like other future buildings, like the guild hall and things like that, and displaying NFT art. So we're definitely open to it. We haven't dove quite too in depth into like the overall plans for what we're doing here. And again, it's kind of we're really leaving it open ended so that it's not so much me, Nate, and like the overall core of YGG deciding what happens here. It's more or less the community of Aavegotchi, our YGG Aavegotchi community, saying, hey, we think this is a good idea for this reason. Or hey, this is our idea for how the plot could look. All of those different things. Like YGG itself has, I believe, around 56 different plots, including this partner parcel. So we have quite a lot of options here in terms of what we're going to do, and we're still trying to figure that out, obviously, with the help of Hefe on what the best way going forward and implementing these on all of our plots is.
So I'm just spitballing here, but you guys got a very primo location for this partner parcel, and you got a lot of real estate at your disposal. I would be curious, because YGG is a very large community, and I'm happy to see the crossover here because I know you guys got some creatives hiding amongst your ranks. I know you got some pixel artists. I know you got some audio folks. I know that you all got some creatives. With the NFT displays that are coming, an NFT display is a link to a purchasable NFT within the Gotchiverse. And so I see a gigantic NFT display hall here is what I see, very closely located to the center of the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, that's definitely not off the table. Like, again, it sounds a lot like advertising space in a sense. But before we dive into that, I just want to say thanks for Nate for checking in. He's got to actually hop off. And he just really wanted to share the parcel with us since I don't have access. But I'm gonna stay on here with you guys till the end of the hour or so. But yeah, just thanks again, Nate, for popping in with us.
Well done, Nate.
Hey guys, nice meeting you all. Thanks a lot for the time. We appreciate doing this with you guys. So yeah, Fallen will take the lead from here. Really, really thank you.
Nah, thank you, friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Well done. Congratulations on the nice piece of real estate.
Hell yeah. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, take care.
And Fallen, let me expand on that just a touch too, because it's not advertising, right? There's going to be advertising opportunities, I think, down the road with different kinds of installations. I see this as an opportunity for you guys to demonstrate your internally created community art. This is an opportunity for you guys to showcase the YGG creative side of things on your own piece of real estate here.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it in that sense here. We have a whole creatives and media department. That's not obviously what I'm a part of here in YGG. But yeah, definitely if there's an opportunity there, or even Aavegotchi related artwork from maybe even some of GMI's specific artists, like we are very open to, again, promoting these things here, especially if it looks beautiful, right?
Oh yeah, I would love to see some YGG themed Aavegotchi art that's maybe commissioned out to some artists, whether they're within our community or the greater digital art space, and have some very cool pieces of artwork here. Because I think McCallum makes a good point. You have so much real estate here, you could still build a gallery, and still have plenty of room left over for other things that you might want to expand on in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely not just specifically farming Alchemia, is it, right? Like it's all
Yeah.
there's quite a bit more that Aavegotchi is aiming to achieve here. And like I said, every time we talk Hefe, we start going down the rabbit hole of how many different things that are
Yeah.
possible or that are coming out. And that's what's crazy, that YGG has one of these partner parcels, and that we're really, again, we don't have any set things, and we want to let the community kind of decide and drive what happens here. And again, maybe we put those to snapshot votes, right? Where
Yeah.
YGG token holders get to essentially decide and say, hey, this is what we think the best proposal for this. Again, we'll probably end up dividing this partner parcel into like different sections, right? And then saying, okay, this section of the parcel is going to be for Alchemia farming, and this will be for like artwork. This will be where the guild hall comes. There's a huge amount. Like the other thing I was also talking to Nate about is like the idea that we're going to have to build walls, right? Are we going to be building walls in our plots?
Yeah, eventually I think walls will be a good idea. Not only to keep some of that alchemica in between the walls, especially on a big property like this. You definitely want to maybe build some walls once the time is right. And when we have our spillover, it'll definitely stay within the walls a little bit better. And it'll I think walls are definitely going to play a bigger part in the grid. So outside of the citadel, which is still further down the line, in terms of development, but that's going to be real important once you have parcels like this out in the grid. A little bit more like a wilderness. You'll need those to protect your parcel. So walls I think, will be a good idea in the Gotchiverse, but will be even more important outside of the Gotchiverse or outside of the citadel. But the next feature we have coming up, and this is something that maybe, it's just coming out now, but this NFT display, the NFT displays are not only going to be displays, they're launching with a bunch of other features. So one of the other features is going to be a party portal, and you'll be able to set up this portal on your parcel, and people will be able to port, like right to that parcel, instead of walking over like we all did today. We would all be able to, from the front end UI, we'd be able to all teleport to YGG's parcel because you would have that installation. From there, there's also an option to have observers in the Gotchiverse now, eventually, actually, soon, where you don't even need to own an Aavegotchi. There's going to be another kind of, we don't really know what these are going to look like, but an observer Aavegotchi that'll be in the Gotchiverse. Won't be able to pick up spillover, but you can build. You're still allowed to build. So if you have Alchemica, you can actually build on your land. If you own land, you don't own a Gotchi, you want to build some installations or an NFT display, you can do that. And so that's going to be an interesting feature because it's going to allow pretty much anybody without a gotchi or without land to come in and enjoy this Aavegotchi art and get a feel for what the Gotchiverse actually is.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. We've actually been renting a few gotchis to people that have land but don't have gotchis, and been like, yeah, we want to access our land but have no gotchis, and yeah, we've rented a few of those out there.
Yeah, so pretty soon you won't have to do that. They can just grab an observer gotchi for free, and they'll be able to just go to their land, and with their Alchemica, they'll be able to build on that.
Yeah, super stoked to again, happy that now we've been waiting to crack that. Obviously, we've been talking about this for a couple weeks here, Hefe. So glad that's open now. And then obviously I'm going to be bugging you a little bit more on what installations we should be building and upgrading. Like you said, I think we're gonna put the first two harvesters there, and then probably just make huge reservoirs just in case. And then it's a matter of deciding who's going to be able to empty those reservoirs over time. So
Yeah, exactly.
that will be the first thing. But yeah, that party portal will probably be like another huge one. Again, giving the coordinates for people to pop in and then have to walk all the way here was definitely a big pain in the butt, at least for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, we're really open to ideas, whether it's, with GMI or other guilds that interact with GMI, figuring out what it is, ideas to beautify, or anything just in general, whether it's events. Like, we're open book in that case, and people can definitely reach out to you, Hefe, and then you can relay whatever back to us to work together on it. Or again, you can reach out to me here. I am the lead game manager for YGG on Aavegotchi, and then Nate himself there is our game operations leader. Like, he heads all of the different games within YGG.
That's pretty awesome, man. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys, and it's fun to just be in this room with all the other YGG members, kind of interacting, and I'm looking forward to doing more events in the Gotchiverse, more involved with YGG and other guilds in the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see what you guys here at GMI are doing. I've been in a lot of different Discords in a lot of different communities, as you can imagine, with my role here. And it's really, really impressive to see what Aavegotchi and what you guys have done within the community here. To see like this kind of being put together. I have not seen this kind of commitment, community side, in a lot of games that have sprung up in Web3. To be honest with you.
Wow, that means a lot. I think Mike Callum, you were touching on this the other night.
Yes, say it louder.
Yeah, I think this is something that gets oftentimes overlooked in Web3 communities, is the event aspect and the socialization aspect sometimes gets forgotten. But that's what GMI is focused on. We're focused on helping people collaborate and find common ground amongst ourselves, and as a result of that, some really cool projects have kind of come out of here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of creativity and ideas come from YGG members, and interacting with them.
Yeah, so definitely keep that bridge building there, Hefe. Like I said, I've kind of given you a lot of reign here and trust, right, by pulling you in with YGG and making that connection. So like, just keep it going here, and now everybody else within GMI and from YGG, like, if you guys have any ideas, definitely pass them off to Hefe or myself, so that we can continue to not only build YGG within Aavegotchi, but maybe help out some of the other smaller guilds that also want to be heavily involved and partnered with YGG.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. Really looking forward.
From my point of view, the thing that I'd like to see for the synergy is you guys got a great user base and a lot of community in terms of quantity. And so, like, the art cores are a little bit unique to build, and especially like a gaming guild, they're not focused on that. Like you're saying, you're not even necessarily of the art mindset in terms of the YGG hierarchy and structure. And so we have, kind of serendipitously become the pros of the Kachiverse at this stuff. And so, of your own community members that have those creative bones in them, start them here with us, and they'll get their chops, they'll get their experience, they'll learn how we do things and how we've been highly efficient in these practices. And we'll watch that trickle back to YGG, and you guys will grow in your own right. But creators guilds and gaming guilds are not the same thing, and so there's a lot of overlap that we can share in skill sets.
Exactly, couldn't have said it myself better. And that's again one of the reasons why I was so excited when Hefe was saying like let's put together an event. And pulling people from YGG over here is again, if they really have a passion for Aavegotchi or even just want to know a little bit more about it, to kind of come over here and listen to you guys who I kind of see as pros in the Gotchiverse, and then trickle back into YGG with the knowledge that they've learned here and vice versa, I think is just a win-win for both parties.
I've started putting a little bit of a challenge. I had someone else reach out to me today on the individual level to talk about scholarships inside of GMI, which we don't do. We're not a gamers guild, and we don't have asset depth like that. But I did take the time to illustrate to this individual that if they've got any kind of creative chops and produce something interesting, unique, appealing, strange, any of that kind of stuff, you can do pretty well in this ecosystem in terms of especially folks that are looking for scholarship opportunities that see the benefit of the potential spillovers or the daily channelings. If that's where you're at, know that you can clean house on a good art piece too. We're using things like lens protocol, and we do these private auctions, and there are other methods of generating revenue in this ecosystem besides just the in-game yields.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably, if anything, the best way to get yield right now. Like we've actually paused our scholarship to a large degree just because of the tediousness of delegating and then having people fight over gotchis. Like we're actually having people fight over gotchi allocations in our case because we have so many people there. So yeah, it's definitely another avenue, which is probably more lucrative right now if you're passionate and willing to devote the time.
Yeah, I do think the player base is long term growing and supporting the player economy and supporting player guilds. They are going to be the backbone of like the economy, Aavegotchi's economy, especially the rental economy. But the other thing that Mike Callum just mentioned is creativity in art, and also now with Lens Protocol, the social aspect is now gaining some tangible value, and that's something I think that's still being discovered. It hasn't been fully tapped in yet, and if you're a creator for YGG or you create content on YouTube, I think the best place to be exploring right now is on Lens, and Lens Tube subsequently, and some of their other dApps that they have on there, because it allows you to put value out there right away and get recognized for it if people see that value also. So you're not waiting to hit 1,000 subscribers to monetize. You can very well start uploading videos today, and if you have good content, get rewarded for it today. So I think that's the beautiful thing about where we're kind of going with that. And so yeah, any YGG members or Gotchi gang in here that don't have a Lens handle yet, if you do have an Aavegotchi, you are entitled to getting a Lens protocol profile. So if you have questions about that, you can hit one of us up. We can kind of help you figure out how to get your Lens profile set up. But this is the very early beginnings. We've been collecting NFTs on Lens now for a little while, but those are going to be the OG NFTs, that people are putting on there. Oh yeah, somebody's asking, and this is probably a question for you, Fallen. someone's asking about the YGG badge. And so, could you just touch on what that badge is? I know you go to your website, you can mint a badge. Is that something Aavegotchi players can do? What's maybe you can just tell people a little bit about the YGG badges.
Yeah, so that badge is essentially free to mint with gas right now on Ethereum. We are looking to transfer that over to Polygon just to make those fees a lot more stomachable, even though gas is at a, I say reasonable, but for a lot of our player base isn't reasonable even still on Ether. And that essentially is your kind of like gateway into the whole YGG ecosystem in DApp. Which actually gets us to our GAP program. So GAP stands for Guild Achievement Protocol. And we just released our season 2 here. That's essentially a way you can think of it as like a quest system or achievement system in a traditional game where if you complete a specific task within a season, you're rewarded with YGG tokens and possibly other rewards related to that game. So I'm a big League of Kingdoms player, and I actually head up the League of Kingdoms subDAO there for YGG. So we have our own specific subDAO token that also can be rewarded for kind of achieving these achievements. So obviously, we're into our second season here. What I'm excited for eventually is once Aavegotchi is again flushed out and we have constantly people playing there and tasks that they can complete over a season, we will be building these quests slash achievements for Aavegotchi as well, where if you have a badge and again, you don't have to be specifically a scholar, there might be a quest for that, but maybe we have a creator's quest, or maybe there's really the sky's the limit there. We can not only reward people with YGG for participating throughout the season, and again, that will allow you to participate in our governance. But maybe we talk with the Aavegotchi devs and they want to put a ghost reward pool together with that. So not only are you getting YGG, but you might get ghosts for completing a task. That's just some of the basic stuff, the stuff that we've worked on recently. But again, we're going to be opening up more. We opened up our vaults recently as well. And actually, Ghost and Crypto Unicorns is the only 2 vaults that we have. So if you stake your YGG, and this is single staking, you can actually earn Ghost through that staking vault. Yeah. So again, we're going to be developing and expanding our DApp there, and that badge is essentially your ticket in to say, hey, like I'm a YGG member and I want to participate and have access to all of these different things.
Wow, very cool. I mean, that's very in depth, and I think that's maybe one of the more developed kind of guild programs that I've seen so far within Aavegotchi at least. So it's that's really cool to see that, and kind of really looking forward to seeing how that continues to develop because I know you've made a lot of headway. Especially with the vaults and some of the new features that have been released. So yeah, it's interesting tokenomics with YGG.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of gamify the whole aspect of being part of a guild. You can think about it there like guild to earn in a sense. Where traditionally a lot of people provide a lot of value to a guild, but they don't really see the same upside in it. So you can think of it as not only do we have games and you can be a scholar or a participant in these games with YGG, but on top of that, now we're adding a whole nother layer for just participating as an active guild member within any of these games. So yeah.
Man, it's like that's an easy Rails DAO contributor type model, but applying it to the interaction of the game mechanics that the guild is interested in. It's a really well done concept.
Yeah, and it's the idea here is we know a lot of our members aren't necessarily in places where they have a lot of money to be able to buy the tokens and participate in governance. So this is a great way to emit tokens to people that are really avid and active within YGG, but not necessarily have the money to buy tokens. And this way we can reward them for their activity and they can still participate in our snapshots and governance.
I hope the guilds out there are gonna catch on to that and listen, because this is it's a relatively mature model. That's a good approach. Well done.
Yeah, I love that you say relatively mature. Personally, I don't think it's very mature. Maybe in terms of Web3, but it's definitely we have not seen any other gaming guild specifically kind of latch on to this idea, which is, it's something that I've preached for YGG since the inception, and it's been on our white paper. So to actually see that flourish and come to fruition, even though it's still being built out and there's a lot of work being done to continuously improve it. But yeah, super excited to see it come out. We went from 45 quests last season to 115 this one. And as you can imagine, as YGG adds more and more games, we're going to continue to add more and more quests. And that leads me back to the other thing is definitely be leaning on Aavegotchi, not Aavegotchi, well, Aavegotchi obviously, but Hefe to help us develop some of these quests once Aavegotchi is in a place where we can have like trackable metrics where a lot of people can achieve, daily tasks or weekly tasks or seasonal tasks.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, I think just listening to the way you explain this, it's such a strong incentivization model that you have here that I don't think it would be that hard to integrate. What we're going to be doing soon here with Fake Gotchi, creating Aavegotchi art, and really bringing out the creative skill sets in your community through these quests is going to be something I'm actually kind of looking forward to now.
Yeah, exactly. So don't think this is just limited to so when I say other people can put up secondary rewards within our quest system, don't think that's just limited to, only Aavegotchi themselves, let's say specifically for this game. If there's another guild like GMI that wants to put some sort of, whether it's token or like NFT rewards for specific criteria, you're welcome to again propose that to us before our next gap season and then somehow integrate it. So let's say you guys want to do a specific creator event and partner with us in that gap season. Like we're totally open to it, right? This is we're really fleshing out this gap program idea, and pretty much there's no limit on what kind of quests can be developed and what rewards can be divvied out, right? Like it doesn't specifically only have to be like monetary governance tokens. It could be an NFT. It could be, various different things within the Web3 space. It could be a gotchi. It could, it could be a land parcel for all we know. Like there is a lot of different things that could be done within
I
the
love
gap
that.
program. Yeah.
That sounds like that could be as granular as like issuing a very specific like creative type quest that not is about in-game actions even. It's about like external ecosystem interaction with like submit a piece to GMI that you've built, and the rewards for those could legitimately be NFTs that we've created with that intention of reward pool. Is that fair to scope that like that?
Yep. Definitely does. Like even right now with the gap program, like not only do you get the YGG tokens, but you do get an NFT that is non-tradable. And this kind of ties back to what YGG's talked about of changing the idea of future of work, and really building this Web3 resume, right? So anybody that's participated in our gap season, if they want to show you like, hey, let's say, for example, Hefe, you were a game ambassador, right? For us last season. So you actually have an achievement. Hefe has an achievement in his wallet. That's an NFT that's specifically tied to Gap Season 1 being a game ambassador for us. So let's say he ever wants to come back or go to another program and say like, hey, I was a game ambassador for YGG, blah, blah, blah. This is why you should, let me into your community or whatever for this goal. And then somebody's like, well, prove it. Instead of having to come to YGG and be like, hey, do you know this Hefe guy? You can verify on chain now because Hefe has that achievement, that NFT, literally saying that he was a game ambassador for us for season 1.
Yeah, it's nice. Chain rep.
Exactly, right? So we kind of see this as going, especially as this idea of future of work being like playing games and being able to earn a living on it, besides being like an esports player, that these things will carry quite a bit of weight, especially even if you go to other guilds, or let's say you want to be a specific tester or apply for a role within another game, and you want to show devs like, hey, I've worked not only for YGG, but we can imagine like games implementing this in the future. Be like, hey, like you know, you can think of it as a LinkedIn profile, but on Web3, like on-chain verifiable.
That's very cool. I mean, I've experienced this firsthand, like you said, and that was the kind of moment where it clicked for me. I'm like, wow, this is kind of like a stamp on my Web3 resume that I have now in my wallet. And I don't. Are these soul bound? I don't think they're soul bound, or are they? I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
they're completely linked to your wallet. They're not
Yeah.
tradable. You can't sell them. That we have run into some issues there. Like people have had their wallets hacked, and then they're like, "Well, now my resume is no good, right?" Um, like they still have access and it's still there, but it's like, hey, I want to move this over to my safe wallet now that I have control over. And we are in the works of kind of figuring out like maybe a recovery wallet or stuff like that. We're not quite at that point there, and that is one of the pain points. But yeah, in general, they're not sellable because that would defeat the purpose, right? If on your resume you got something and then you can sell it and somebody else can just buy it and say, hey, I did this for a season, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Well, and that's no simple solve either. So yeah, if you think you guys have a eureka on that, please share it to the rafters, because that is a challenge.
Yeah, we've got some pretty brilliant devs, and there's a few ideas kicking around there. I'll leave that up to them to decide, and then you'll be able to kind of check in a Medium article. I'm sure YGG release one on how we've done that and solved it. A lot of our solutions, again, are fairly open source, so that other guilds can use it to a degree. Again, like I said, we're not here to just hold. Obviously, we want to be the top gaming guild within Web3 space, but at the same time, it's not like we're going to hoard all of this technology or any developments that we make that we can, trickle down into our not only our other regional sub DAOs, but other guilds that are affiliated with us that can make use of this technology and make the Web3 space that much easier to navigate for people.
Openish source.
Exactly.
And I can appreciate your sentiment on that, because the thing is, in Web3 is almost kind of like a niche already in our world today, right? With you have crypto, and then you have Web3, which is everything extending beyond just holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so that's this whole world of Web3, which is still growing in its early stages, but you could still make a case that it's kind of niche. And then you have the gaming world, which is even more niche inside of that. So I feel like we're at a very early, kind of almost embryonic stage, even though we've been in it for some of us a couple years, some of us longer than that. We're in almost like this embryonic stage where it actually hurts a little bit more to compete at this stage than it does to collaborate. There can be much more of a yield for both parties in collaborating than there can be through competition at this stage, in my opinion. It's like tadpoles fighting in a pond. It's not gonna be too productive at this stage, I think. Probably healthier to have open collaboration and, like you say, openish source, and helping each other level up. I think is the right play.
Yeah, that's definitely how I'm going about it and how YGG is going about it. Again, right, like you said, if we're not pulling people in to the ecosystem of Web3 and we're too busy fighting or competing, and that stifles people coming in because it's harder, it does nobody a benefit here in Web3.
Yeah, well said. So this was a pretty awesome hangout with the YGG fam, with Fallen and Nate. I'm looking forward to doing more things like this in the future, not just with ourselves here, GMI and YGG, but also have other larger scale events with other guilds involved, and have more share our communities, and learn from each other. I think it's pretty awesome, this partnership we have going, and yeah, just grateful to have you all here.
Well, direct shout out here to, I mean, I'm just looking at the YGG fam. It's in here, right? So Big Boss, Fallen Corpse, Kenny, Psych. This is dope. We really like this. Like I said, our front door's been getting kicked down. This is very interesting to watch the energy and enthusiasm that you guys have within your community. We're pretty stoked about what we do here, but it's relatively micro. It's not a huge hangout spot. It's typically small hands, so it's really cool to see and interact and cross over with the other existing communities out there. Thanks for.
Yeah, huge shout out to you guys as well. Like I said, really been talking to Hefe about how we can integrate both communities together to again, you guys, I think, provide a huge benefit to the overall Aavegotchi space and can really help a lot of our other members within YGG become experts in Aavegotchi itself, and then vice versa. We can bring people over to participate in a bunch of your events. And just in general hang out. I think that's a lot of stuff Kenny D and Big Boss, I know, are two of our game ambassadors for different games, but they're heavily involved in our ecosystem and have been for quite a long time here. And that's the thing. A lot of these guys, we just hang out and chat just like you guys do as well, about everything under the sun, right? When it comes to Web3 and even outside topics, right? So, integrating these communities, I really look forward to doing more stuff with GMI and all of you guys. And me and Hefe, you can guarantee we'll be working on some stuff, cooking up some stuff in the background in the coming weeks.
Hell yeah, of course. Looking forward to that. Absolutely. It's been a pleasure to have you here, you and all the YGG fam. Do you have any other closing remarks? Anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up for tonight?
Just a pleasure to be a part of this. And yeah, thanks guys for having us here. Hopefully we see you on the YGG side there. Like I said, obviously you guys are all big Aavegotchi aficionados. So if you have any input or ideas for the partner parcel or anything that YGG can do, definitely reach out to Hefe or myself. I know No Futuristic, you'll be chatting with us, and I've Dr. Wagme is a good friend there with Gotchi Vault as well. So yeah, definitely let me know. And if you guys are interested in any other Web3 games, definitely, check our roster there. And like I said, we just launched our other Gap Season 2 program. So if you're looking to get, YGG tokens and maybe test out a few other games, hop into our Discord. I'm sure Hefe will share that there, and I'll be happy to get you situated on our side too.
I don't know about you guys. Sounds like YGG is definitely GMI.
They're definitely GMI, no question about that.
100%.
Well, yeah, it was a pleasure hanging out. We'll do this again. Once again, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. Another successful Friday night hangout. I like how we can switch up the flavors sometimes and don't have to always talk about business, and can just hang out and crack open a parcel every now and then. So we'll be sure. I believe we are live streaming this across a couple channels, so we'll definitely want to maybe get some footage. We'll get some clips and stuff out there, and the recording will be up there too for any YGG fam that missed it. So
yeah, definitely hit me up with that. And like I said, whenever you guys release a tweet or something YGG related, I'll have our guys tweet it out. I think I'm pretty sure our Twitter shouted out this announcement here. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more traction too. Considering we have a pretty big Twitter base. So yeah, happy to shout you guys out and support everything that you guys do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm just glad I didn't have to write notes for tonight. I appreciate the night off.
You get a break.
We do have quite a bit more parcels too, Hefe, that haven't been cracked. So we could we could do a partner, like again, not any more partner parcels, but we have, I think we've opened all our humble, but we have quite a bit of spacious and whatever the other one is.
Oh, that could be exciting.
Quick question, Fallen Corpse. Would you, because Hefe has brought this up jokingly, but I don't know if in reality, would
Oh,
you,
God.
yeah, would you consider doing a a parcel war potentially with another guild? Meaning you both open up a parcel, you roll the VRF, and depending on who has the better roll, winner takes all.
Yeah, Hefe had brought that up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that. Just because, again, when I go to the investment team, they go, "Well, that's too much of a gamble for us, obviously." But I had also told Hefe that there's a way for us to do maybe it's not winner takes all the parcel wise, but maybe we could throw some ghosts up there as a bet or something, right?
There you go. There you go.
Different
No,
ways around it.
This is a social litmus test, and you just passed. Well done, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Little side bet would be great. You guys can. What I was suggesting is eventually you'll have guild wearables for your channeling. So maybe the prize can be that if whoever loses has to give one of their guild wearables to the other guild. So when you can send one of your operatives to go to their channeling session to just kind of sit in.
Yeah. Like I said, as long as it's something simple like that, I don't think my investment team will be down my throat saying, "Yeah, what are you doing? Even entertaining these kind of ideas."
You just blame it all on Hefe, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say I'm up to my degen hijinks, and yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Fallen, for hanging out. Everyone else. Hope you all have a good weekend. We will see you all tomorrow, Saturday morning at the Aavegotchi Hangout, 2 p.m. UTC. There will be spillovers, so anybody who wants to be there and just walk around the Gotchiverse, maybe go rent a Gotchi, go walk around with us for 2 hours. There will be spillover everywhere, so it'll be fun to pick that up.
I'm going to sponsor a couple folks tomorrow. I'm going to sponsor a couple folks tomorrow too, Hefe. So, Fallen, if you guys got anyone, I don't know about time zones or whatnot, but if anyone wants to come to the community hangout tomorrow and would like a gotchi on the house to kind of walk around and do some spillover work, I'm happy to help out. I got a couple slots.
Yeah, I told Hefe, you guys are always welcome to promote within our Aavegotchi channels within YGG. So if you want to promote that and say, hey, if you want to come and get spillover and for whatever reason, if we're all out of gotchis to be able to rent, I have no issues with you guys promoting within our Discord there.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll keep it in the right areas, but yeah, appreciate that symbiosis there.
On. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see y'all there if you show up there, and we'll meet again. We'll probably do this sometime soon. So later, everyone.
All right, y'all. See you in the morning.